Poverty alleviation is also a necessary goal for St. Martin. Too many of our people are living in substandard and deplorable conditions. I have taken note of the work of the St. Martin Anti-Poverty Platform, and I would like to commend this organization for their efforts in trying to offer our citizens, especially our senior citizens, and those earning the minimum wage and persons who are unemployed, offering them affordable, fresh, quality fruits and vegetables. St. Martiners and lovers of St. Martin, while government has its responsibility to care for the community in general, the government is unable to do it all. And somehow we must revert back to one of our important values, which we are seemingly moving away from, and that is that we are our brother's keeper. Let's look out for the person next door or the man in the street. If you see someone in distress, try to help them meet their needs. Remember, no man is an island unto himself. Today may be your chance to help someone. Tomorrow may be the day you are in need. So treat others as you would want to be treated, and the same should come back to you. Let us apply the golden rule to our daily living. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I concur with my colleague, the Minister of Finance, statements with regards to social media. And I would like to look at it from a different perspective. I would like to say, let us use social media for good. I was very disturbed when I saw a video clip on social media which was being circulated showing the very serious accident that occurred during the past weekend. What really disturbed me was the disrespect for the person who had just suffered a severe injury and the disrespect for the victim's family. I saw someone touching the injured young man on the shoulder with one hand, and in the other hand was a phone recording everything. To me, such action is disrespectful, disgusting, and unacceptable. My conclusion is that it was not about expressing concern about the injured person, but it was more about being one of the first to videotape the accident up close and to be able to post it via social media as one of the first persons. I would like to ask our citizens to respect someone else's tragedy and to empathize with the persons and the family rather than posting such sensitive and private situations on social media. The young man had to be flown out immediately to the Cayman Islands. We wish him a speedy recovery, and we wish his family and loved ones much strength during this time. In the same breath, I would like to say this is not the time either to gloat over the situation that happened yesterday to a member of Parliament and his former Chief of Staff, and to post it all over Facebook with disparaging remarks. Let us empathize with their families and loved ones. In the past, I've always said, when similar situations occurred, and I say it again today, let justice and the law take their course. As government and as Council of Ministers, we will continue to take care of the people's business to the best of our abilities, as a caretaker government ought to do. We'll do our best to serve the people of this great country until our time comes to leave this office.
GE GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
You deserve it, my hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. Sing it, everyone. Sing it. Let me hear you from the bottom of our hearts. My hallelujah belongs to you. Oh, my hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. Oh, my hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve.
Wycliffe Smith commended us for our health and food nutrition program. In yesterday's press briefing, Prime Minister Wycliffe Smith commended the Anti-Poverty Platform and the Consumer Coalition for the Affordable Health and Nutrition Program, which has brought great relief to the general public, to the seniors, and to those most vulnerable in this society. We also would like to thank the volunteers that has made this program possible, and also whereby we have registered more than 3,000 persons to the program. Notwithstanding the fact, in the last program, the weather inclements that such as, and also the holiday, the Constitutional Day, and also the tropical wave challenges and windstorm that we had, we were able to reach that milestone of over 3,000 registered persons to the food fair. It is now proven that the Prime Minister, Wycliffe, has done something historical due to the fact that the former Prime Minister, Leona Marlin, never commended the Anti-Poverty Platform nor the Consumer Coalition for our public advocacy and suggestions to eradicate the poverty. The former Prime Minister did not even respond to our letter requesting for dialogue to reach a consensus on what can be done to eradicate the poverty in St. Martin. The Prime Minister Prime Minister Wycliffe Smith detailed two biblical principles. The Golden Rule, don't do to others what you don't want to do to you, and to be our brother's keepers. In general terms, as Consumers Coalition, we have indeed applied the biblical principle, expanding the membership in the affordable health, food and nutrition program to citizens who are not a member of the unions or the Seniors Pensioners Association, by providing them the opportunity to register in the program under the umbrella of the United Consumers Association, one of the NGOs affiliated to the SUNFED, the St. Martin United NGO Federation. We hope that more persons in our society will join to volunteer with the Anti-Poverty Platform and the Consumers Coalition in applying the biblical principle, love our neighbors as ourselves. But permit us to be more specific than the Prime Minister. We want to appeal especially on the business community in St. Martin, The high cost of living in St. Martin, in comparison with all other countries in the Kingdom of the Netherlands, must come down. Just as businesses took the best price to purchase their goods and services, so we the consumers also want goods and services they provide us to be of the best quality and affordable prices. With our affordable health, food and nutrition program, we as consumers coalition have proven that fresh produce of quality and for very affordable price can be imported in St. Martin. We are aware of overhead costs and costs of businesses that make their prices higher than the ones we pass on to the members in our affordable health and food nutrition program with the help of our volunteers. But then still we cannot accept that the prices here in St. Martin are higher than everywhere else in our region, the United States and in Europe. We will continue to evaluate the quality and prices of fruits and vegetables throughout the rest of 2019 to decide on the way forward with quality and prices of goods and services here in St. Martin.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
So I'm one of the nurses of the ambulant team. We are with 4 nurses. The ambulant team works mainly outside on the road. We do home visits, whereby we visit clients at home to administer medication, do the follow-up, counseling, whatever.
Eddie, where are you? Come now. Morning, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
Good. Easy going, man. What about you?
A little anxious these days.
How come? What happened?
I think somebody's trying to kill me.
Okay, you taking your medication?
Yeah.
So, where's your pillbox?
In the house.
You going to get it for me?
Yeah.
The most rewarding aspect for me is the appreciation that I get from clients and family. Yes, we know we would all want a big salary, but that is what counts for me. Well, what I would like the community to know about mental health in general is that it's not a stigma. I noticed on St. Martin that they talk about somebody's crazy. It's not somebody's crazy because a mental illness can be drugs, alcohol induced. It can be a trauma after disaster, which we saw, for example, after Irma. So it can have different reasons. It's not that when you see somebody is behaving different or strange that you say the person is crazy. And besides that, somebody can be treated.
Thank you. Take care.
What we are talking about, this is a human rights of the persons. We have noticed that the government signed the Sustainable Development Goals, of which no poverty is the number one, but we don't really feel that it should remain cosmetic. This is something that has our attention from a long time, And it is time that the political world in St. Martin, and not only Frankie Myers, realize that eradication of poverty is not equal to alleviation. Alleviation is not what we are talking about. So far from the different departments, you can see that even with the government giving a social aid, that is just a little alleviation. Eradication of poverty is something structural. It is like what you would say, you teach a man to fish. You don't give him a fish every day, you teach a man to fish. But there should be means, ways and means that people can be sustainable and they can sustain themselves and the family. So basically, the eradication of poverty is our main message. And for us, if that is what, it's not only a campaign hoax that should be used by the politician, it should be something structurally to become a reality so that come 2030, we can proudly say with the whole arena, the anti-poverty platform and the politicians in St. Martin can proudly say, we did accomplish our goal in eradicating poverty. So this should not be used as a campaign slogan or just something to be able to win an election. This is beyond that. It is greater. It is really taking care of the needs of the people, which we feel that politically they have failed so far.
Here before me, I have the members of parliament, and Frankie Myers got 1,000 at the time, 840 days in parliament at the time when this was registered, never brought up the subject of anti-poverty or eradication of poverty. So it is just a hoax, a new scam or political smokescreen because of what the anti-poverty platform, the Consumers Coalition, is doing, our initiative. We've been 7 years at this, awakening the general public, government, parliament, second chamber about what's living. Long before Irma came, 5 years before Irma, we were there, exposing poverty and children going to school without decent meal and family going to bed hungry, etc. Where was Frankie? And all the other politicians. So the general public got to stay focused now, see to it that they don't get driven now by this whole political message that is going around, because it's pure for politics. They weren't there then, they're not going to be there for you after the election. So stay focused with your anti-poverty platform, stay focused with the Consumers Coalition. These are the people that are really working on behalf, exposing poverty, working. Look, we have practically taken risk to expose this. Some of us has gone through taking on personal risk to be able to expose, because at a given moment, talks is cheap. But like my father would say, whiskey costs money. And they have never. They make 10,000. They can bring part of their money and help us pay for a container to help the people get some relief. But what we need is structurally fixing this issue about poverty. That means getting people out of poverty structurally, not by going around and getting some pineapple for them, giving them for free, because they will eat it now, feel the nice juice of it, fill their stomach, but later on they have to be worried about where the next meal is coming from. We need to fix the conditions here in the island where poverty is concerned.
If they really want to help the people, love the neighbor as themselves, then they put the money where the mouth is, and they will buy and they will bring more containers to the island for all the 13,000 households in need. Right now we are reaching 3,000 households with the registrations that we got. There's still more than 10,000 that have to be reached that should get this. But with our effort until now, with a few volunteers that we have, this is what we could start to do. But we foresee that this can grow and this can become something structurally Also, it is so that if this is what we already did in 2 months' time, getting more than 3,000 people and so more than 3,000 households in the program, it means to say that it showed that there is a need. And all the other 10,000 that still have to be reached, to reach them, where are the politicians? When they join the Anti-Poverty Platform Consumers Coalition as volunteers, right now we can say it's thanks to our volunteers that we can provide this. So instead of campaigning, by talking, let them walk the talk. We want to see them as volunteers in the program. We want to see them roll up their sleeves and assist in this program for the affordable housing, for the affordable food and nutrition program, so that they show that they really are with the Anti-Poverty Platform.
Hi, what's up, St. Martin? My name is Rene Leverett, and I play baseball. And I have represented St. Martin in numerous international tournaments and professionally around the world. Sports matters to me because it reveals and develops character. So I challenge the business community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facilities. I also ask the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take the challenge and step up for sports, because hashtag sports matters, hashtag are you in?
Some information from the Ministry of Finance. First of all, no matter what is happening right now, we still have work going on our 2020 budget. And I would like to inform the public that the budget is for the past 5 to 6 weeks, I believe it is, at the Council of Advice, and we are still waiting for their response. In the meantime, the CFT gave their Article 11 advice, which is necessary to work out the details and to agree on the details and content of our budget, but that was received already like 2 weeks ago. And yesterday I sent out a request to the Ministry of Interior Affairs and Kingdom Relations, BZK, Mr. Knops, requesting that Article 25 will again be applied to the budget of 2020, meaning that we again will have a deficit budget, and to allow us to have a deficit budget, as was the case in 2019, 2018, 2017.
Question from MP Irion. He stated that he does not see a report on the quality of life. Most persons are not in favor of the pension age increase. APS invests in about 60% locally and 40% overseas. What about increasing the investments overseas? Then there should not be any reason to increase the pension age. And the question, is there a possibility that increasing the investments overseas be looked at? APS has been looking into possibilities to invest additional assets in the international market. This is expected to have a positive effect on the total return of APS. However, due to the volatility of the international market, the return on investments can be less than projected. Therefore, and especially because of the fact that people nowadays live longer, the fund needs to make sure that it generates enough money to pay out pensions now and in the future. The question or remark from MP Franz Richardson has concerns about the future of APS in regards to how the funds are being managed. He believes that SZV will one day come knocking. The easy way out is not always the good way out. Government has made discussions, sold land, the government building, and everyone is to blame for what is going on today. And so he advised the Prime Minister to pull back this law. She doesn't have the numbers. In response to this statement, government wishes to stress that taking on this pension reform is by no way the easy way out. A lot of effort went into this reform plan involving all stakeholders. Secondly, this pension reform is overdue and urgently needs to take place before the pension funds, the government as employer, and the public servants as future beneficiaries of the pension. Even if government does not have the numbers now, this problem, which will be worse in time, still needs to be addressed in the future. Government does not think it is correct to leave this problem for the next generation.